Let's break down the Miami Dolphins news here. Jacoby Brissett is coming in as the backup quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. Now, we don't have the exact details yet on this contract, but Brissett is kind of coming home, by the way, from the Palm Beach area originally. He's agreed to a 1-year deal with the Miami Dolphins. Again, I want to emphasize those contract details are not yet known. It's going to come in less than what Andy Dalton just got from the Chicago Bears. It's going to come in less than what Jameis Winston got from the Saints. Maybe it comes in around $5 or $6 million, pure speculation on my part, but that's about what the going rate is for a good backup quarterback. And that is what Jacoby Brissett is. I truly believe he can be a high-end backup quarterback in today's NFL. Is he better than Tua? No, but we've seen him get opportunities across his NFL career. 2019 was the starter before some injury issues there. 61%, 18-6 interception ratio. His QBR, which ESPN does factor in some rushing ability, level of competition, a bit above average. He had a couple outlier really good games, and the rest was, not that great. For his career, after being I believe, day 2 pick out of NC State by the New England Patriots, 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, he'd been fine. He is not a franchise-caliber quarterback, and I truly believe the role he's going to have for Miami and the contract as well is going to reflect that. He's going to come in and be the backup to Tua Tagovailoa, which makes perfect sense for the Dolphins, given that they just lost, this guy named Ryan Fitzpatrick, who we'll get to here in a little bit. But give me your one-word reaction to Miami adding Jacoby Brissett. Just one word. You can't do multiple. I'm going to go with solid myself. I think it's reliable, somewhere along those lines. Safe if you want to. Sensible as another option there. This is not a Tua competition situation. This is a backup quarterback. And someone, by the way, who has some familiarity with Brian Flores from their time together with the New England Patriots. So as things sit right now for the Miami Dolphins at the quarterback depth chart, Tua obviously is quarterback number 1. Brissett then becomes quarterback 2, and cornerback 3 is Jake Rudock, Reed Center, whoever the hell that is. There's not really a good quarterback 3, but of your top 2 options, it's pretty straightforward for me. So I like this move by Miami. Get a reliable option in the backup quarterback role for this team. That is what Jacoby Brissett is going to do. If Tua gets hurt, if you want to bench him, which I don't recommend whatsoever, you can roll with Brissett, and he might be able to get you around 500. Probably not that much, but if you can have some reliability, some backup options, that is what Brissett brings. Going back home to Miami-ish area makes perfect sense for all parties involved. In large part because Miami just lost Ryan Fitzpatrick. He is heading, of course, to the Washington football team. A 1-year deal worth at least $10 million, could be worth up to $12 million. There's some incentives in there. In reality, I expect Fitzpatrick to be at least the front runner to start for the Washington football team, which makes sense, right? Because they had Kyle Allen and not a whole lot else, and Alex Smith was not very good this past year, and they've tried to roll with some other options, and it's just not going to work for Washington, right? So for Fitzpatrick to get a chance to start as he ages and is at the end of his NFL career, that made perfect sense. I bet you all of the money in my bank account, not that much, but I bet you that Jacoby Brissett's contract comes in less than Fitzpatrick. In fact, I bet comes in closer to the deal or half of the deal for Ryan Fitzpatrick. I'm thinking like $5 or $6 million. So I'm happy for Fitz. He gets to go start somewhere in all reality, or at least likelihood, for the Washington football team. He gets to handle that role and gets to try and win the NFC's title with Washington, gets more than Miami was going to pay him and more playing time, and that makes sense for the Dolphins. Because barring some miraculous Deshaun Watson trade, this guy is your starter and your future. That is Tua Tagovailoa. the first-round pick by Miami last year. Was he inconsistent? Sure. Was he as good as Justin Herbert? No, not really. Is he still worthy of giving a year to and seeing if he can be your franchise quarterback? Of course he absolutely can. And frankly, I think that's a pretty realistic outcome for Tua. And this is a good move by Miami. You bring in Brissett, and it's very clear he's the backup. This is not someone Tua is looking over his shoulder at. It is someone who can probably add some insight and some recommendations and help develop him. Of course, your coaching staff does the majority of that. But Tua is still the guy for the Miami Dolphins. And that should not come as any major surprise for Miami. But going out and getting Jacoby Brissett brings them a backup option, gives them depth in case of the worst case outcome, i.e. injury. I like this move for Miami, even though we don't know the exact contract details. Keeping that in mind, I want you guys to grade this signing. A, B, C, D, or F. Feel free in the comments to use the plus or minus as well. I'm going to lean towards B right now because I think there is value in having a good backup quarterback, especially, unfortunately, with someone of Tua's injury history. So I like this move for Miami. I don't think it's going to break the bank, and it will give them a good, reliable option in the event they need to go that route. Frankly, I truly think that in the end, Brissett was one of the better backup quarterbacks out there. So I like that move a lot for the Miami Dolphins. Now, we're going to keep you guys covered on everything going on around the Dolphins from a news and rumors and free agency and draft perspective. So if you want to stay updated with what's going on around the Dolphins, hit that big red button. For those of you watching live on our main Chat Sports channel, head over to youtube.com/Dolphins News. All of our Dolphins coverage is available almost every single day, and it's 100% free as well. Again, the news here, Brissett to the Miami Dolphins. You see his stats in 2020. He did not play very much. Not a big deal. Phillip Rivers was the better quarterback for the Colts, and they paid him to be the starter, of course. He offers some running ability, more of a short yardage situation guy for Miami, which is kind of a weird package. But he brings them depth, and that's the end point I want to get across here. Brissett is a backup. This is not a Tua replacement, but he is going to provide depth at the quarterback position, the most important one in today's NFL.